This right here is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Zelenskyy from Ukraine had just came to the Oval Office. He ended up getting into an argument with Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance over the way things are happening with Russia. I'd like to share this clip with y'all. Let's get right into it.
Let's watch.
On the deal. That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned.
It's like when you're trying to make peace, you cannot go in it with hate. You got to be very understanding. A lot of people have passed away. We're trying to put an end to it. We have sent you over $177 billion to try to put an end to this. You cannot go into it with hate at all. You got to go into it looking for a resolution.
With the world, I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough.
Yeah.
But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy.
Yes.
We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what
You got a great point there. It's not about what you talk about. It's all about what you do, the action that you do. Everyone heard Joe Biden talk a good game, but we seen him do nothing besides talk, and Putin wasn't scared of his talk at all. That's why he invaded Ukraine, because he was not worrying about the consequences that would come from Joe Biden. But I'm pretty sure he's afraid of the consequences that will come from Donald Trump.
what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire, all of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
Wow.
Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to...
This guy is very, very disrespectful. We had sent this guy $177 billion. And it looked like he is very ungrateful for everything that he did to him. There's nothing that's going on with Russia or Ukraine that the United States does not already know about. You're not putting us in a game. You're not telling us anything we don't know. You already tried to do it your way with $177 billion of our tax dollars. It did not work. at this point, you need to just be quiet and listen and do what you told, so we could put an end to this war, which you couldn't do and you already said it's been going on since 2014. You had it your chance to do it your way. It didn't work. Let us do it our way.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of.
It's very disrespectful for you to attack the people that's trying to help you. What we call it over here, you're trying to bite the hand that's feeding you. We're doing everything in our powers to help you put this to the end, and it looks like you're not happy, you're ungrateful with everything that we're doing for you. We could just step out the way and let Putin take over the whole country. It wouldn't make us no different. We're trying to stop that from happening. We're trying to broker peace, and we cannot do that as long as you're disrespecting us.
Questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
This guy's very disrespectful. He's saying everything's good in America right now, but it's not going to be good in the future. Almost sound like it's a threat, and it should be taken as a threat. And we need to know, what do you mean when you just said that?
God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position.
Wow.
You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position. You don't have the
saying-
cards right now. With us,
You don't have the cards. You're not in a good position. And at this point, you just need to be quiet and stop running your mouth. This is the reason why you're in this situation, from running your mouth. It's not about how much you talk. It's about the action. And we're not talking at this point. We're taking the action. You just need to sit down and listen.
you start having
Not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
What
III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is very disrespectful to
Yes.
the country, this country.
Yes.
That's
With
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
Very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
what you're speaking
America
about.
and the president who's trying to save you.
He did. He campaigned with Kamala Harris in Philadelphia. You was on the opposition side. Donald Trump won, and he's still trying to help you, and you're still being disrespectful. For the fact that you even tried to help Kamala Harris win the election, he should not be dealing with you at all. But he put that to the side, and he's trying to do the right thing for you and your country. When quite frankly, you don't have to. We got so much stuff going over here that he need to worry about. But he's taking time out of his busy schedule to worry about what's going on in your country, to stop people from dying. And the only thing you could do is run your mouth, being very disrespectful about all of it.
Your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country
A lot of
is in
talking.
big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I
it's
said
work.
thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You
Wow.
voted
We gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment.
Wow.
And you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
So what about
if,
West
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say
It
thank
is.
you.
I said a lot of times
that there,
thank you
accept
to
that-
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be
Big
more
difference.
thankful. Because
Got
let me
to.
tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to
All factual.
Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
Definitely got to change the
What if
attitudes.
Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking, what if
Putin
Russia breaks the ceasefire?
for the-
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
But they have
Okay?
broken ceasefire.
What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
But what-
I like that. They didn't respect Biden. They didn't respect Obama, but they respect me. And this is the type of president we need to lead like this. He is a very strong, masculine man, and it's glad to see that masculinity is back inside of the White House.
Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom.
Wow.
It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal.
He broke it with Biden. He broke it with Obama because he was not afraid of the consequences if he broke it. But if he break that ceasefire under Donald Trump, there will be hell to pay. Everyone knows it.
I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think.
Woo! He said, I empowered you to be a tough guy. From the money we're sending, from the weapons we sending, that's the only reason you up here speaking tough. If we never sent you that stuff and we can stop sending you stuff, you're not that tough at all. Masculinity is back at the White House.
I think you'd be a tough guy without the United States.
At all.
Your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be
It's
honest,
not.
that's not a nice
It's
thing.
not.
All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think?
Yes, this negotiation.
This is going to be great television, I will say that.
Great television.
We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thank you, sir.
And I need the back of the
We'll see. I don't know.
Guys, come on, let's move, please.
With this, we could clearly see why the American people voted for Donald Trump. This is the type of man we need in the office, the type of man that could talk to world leaders like this on this stage. Let them know exactly what it is. Because of us, you are able to be a tough guy. because of this, because of us, a lot of your people are still living. If we back out within 3 days, it's over for you. There is no country. There is no you talking tough. There's not even you inside of Ukraine. You're going to flee Ukraine and you're going to be out of there. And Putin's going to take everything. You either work with us, give us some of the stuff, or we will let Putin take all of it. We will lose no sleep at all. This is a crazy situation, something I have never seen like this in my life. And like they said, it definitely makes for good TV. Before we get out this video, if you didn't like, subscribe, leave a comment, make sure you do that. We're going to keep you up to date with everything that's going on inside of the White House, with Russia, with Ukraine, over in the Middle East. We're going to keep you updated with everything. Until next video, it's Tremaine Jones, and I'm out.